Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I am here with day 9 of Off the Board with Pineapple Papers. Yes, I know it's day 11 or 12 depending on when you watch this, but I'm behind and I didn't want to miss out. So here is day 9. So I have this really cool pin that I found, and I'm not gonna lie, I went looking for this because I needed to use something that I got today, and I needed something with the clouds. So I decided I was going to use this Bow Bunny Beautiful Things. I just got this not that long ago. I have the project pad, I have the puffy mini stickers, and I have one ephemera kit. And then, of course, Project Pad's got stickers in it, which I will tell you right now, I totally did not even get into. I might add some now that I think about it. So, I have, like I said, haven't touched this. I just took the sticky part of this paper pad out or off, and it's got the alphas in there too, but I don't need those because I use some of the ephemera for the title. And so what I'm super excited about is, and I'm going to open this up to a solid-ish or a darker colored page so you can see it. I got this Cloudy Day stencil from Scrapping Reflections today. I did an unboxing earlier, and I have been so excited to get this. So I wanted to find something on Pinterest so I could use it for that. So there's like a stenciled out one, and then a full cloud, and then a lighter one. So I've decided I'm going to use a pen to trace some. I'm going to use my ink pads to do some blending. And then I'm going to use this texture paste matte by Tim Holtz to do the third one. And I'm not doing them all over the page, but in sections. And then I have these two pictures and my pens. So let's see how this goes. So the first thing I did was look for what was going to work for me. And I am actually, the funny thing is, I had decided that I was going to title this page Head in the Clouds because I had just gotten a brand new car and I was super uber excited, and I felt like that was some pictures that I could use on using the stencil. And so then I found these ephemera that fit, and so I used those, but I may use those alphas and go back and add that somewhere because I always feel like the empty space is staring at me, and you'll see what I'm talking about at the end. But anyway, so I took this off-brand Muji pen. It's not Muji. I thought it was, but not obviously, but it's not. It's like a knockoff Muji pen in blue. And I traced a handful of the stencils. And then I move it over a little bit to where there is a cloud on top, just a little, overlapping what I have done. And I'm going to take these two colors. Now, my thought was, I'm going to watch to see it happen too. I would use this tumbled glass, but it's super, super light, so I didn't know if I would end up using that or not. I don't think I intentionally changed to the broken china, but it's okay because the clouds are not all the same. I mean, they're white, but I like the blue concept and everything. Plus, I'm about to add some white clouds. So they are a little bit of both, tumbled glass, broken china, and then a little hodgepodge of both. So I am trying to find a way to line up my stencil to where the clouds are overlapping just a little in places. And I'm going to use some Tim Holtz Distress Texture Paste. And this is a matte. Now, I am not a professional stencil person. This is my first stencil from Scrapping Reflections. I've only been working with stencils, I don't know, less than a year, I would say. I think I did a layout, well, maybe about a year. I think I did a layout last summer in like June or July, and I used a stencil that I just happened to get in a kit from Tuesday Morning that was a Simple Stories. It might have been my first stencil, but I think I just inked through it with an ink pad, so I just got my first round of texture paste here in the last couple of months. So it's all very new to me. But I intentionally made some of them kind of chunky because I wanted them to be three-dimensional and not smooth. I do have the crackle, but I didn't want that. But I really do love the way it turned out. And a lot of that empty space between the clouds is going to get covered with the pictures. So I then go back because I need something to map my pictures. And so I'm kind of flipping through trying to decide what is going to work for me. And I do love this butterfly paper. I look at the black butterfly, or maybe I think it's black. And I look at this butterfly paper here too. But I end up back with the first butterfly paper that I looked at, because I felt like that one right there would be really good as a background paper. And this one is more of a matte paper or a stripe down the side or something. I don't typically do a lot with full pattern papers like that, with like pictures on the back like that, unless it's formatting or just adding extra layers and stuff. So I pull these two papers because they're going to stand out. I made a mistake and cut the stripey paper in the first matte size. So then I ended up making a third matte. So they're triple matted, which is fine. I love the way they stand out. And then I put the first picture straight down. And this is me holding on to the keys, like showing the keys before I get in the car. And so I put that flat down. And I do use some... I just lost my train of thought. I do use some Nouveau Deluxe adhesive, since it is going over a little bit of that texture paste. Not very much. I mean, really not much. But I go ahead and use that. And then the next picture of me actually getting into the car, I put up on Fun Foam. And this is actual Fun Foam. So it has the sticky back, but I use Nouveau Deluxe adhesive to get the Fun Foam stuck to the back of the mat. And then I'm going to overlap my picture a little. I'm really not covering up much of the car except for a little bit, and you can see it in the other picture. So I am okay with that. Plus, this is one of like, I'd say at least 3 layouts about my new car. I have one of me and my daughter and my son wearing Burger King hats, and I think I just did that not that long ago. And I have one more of us that the dealership, our car dealership guy took of me and my husband and my daughter and my son. So it's like the official picture they post online about me and my new car. So I have that one, and I'll probably do something fun with that. Maybe even in one of these videos. Who knows? So after I get those down, I've got this little ephemera that says, "The world is full of beautiful things." And my car is a beautiful thing. Her name is Judy. Because when I first got in and started driving her, she beeps whenever you do something wrong. So I was getting into another lane, but I was doing it slowly. She thought that I was veering off into another lane, so she was beeping at me. So I thought she was very judgmental, so I called her Judge Judy. So she is Judy for short. So my grandmother was a huge fan of Judge Judy. And so the other thing I love was this "What a Wonderful Day." I thought that was really pretty and super fitting. After I glued it down with the Nouveau Deluxe, I had wished that I had inked the outside of it, but by the time it even dawned on me, I had already glued it and put it down, and I feel like it would have either torn or bent it up, and I didn't want that. I figure the wording on there is bright enough and shiny enough. It is not like it's disappearing into the page or anything. So I left it at that. And then I do put a little foam on the back of that yellow butterfly. It's not Fun Foam, which it's a little bit thinner. And I thought since it was going up on some layers that I didn't want it to be too to have too much dimension to it. And then I just put this down, and you'll see me try and pull it back up, because as soon as I lay it down, I'm like, oh, it blends right in, but it's sticking pretty good. And so I said, forget it. It's not worth tearing it up. So I put that down, and then I lift it up to see if I like the way everything is looking. And then I am going to use some of these mini puffies, and I use a couple of the circles, a couple of the stars, like the circular star in the middle, an arrow or two. And these are really versatile. They're real cute. And I like how small they are because then I can use them as my little scattering pieces. So I have 2 little areas with a cluster of 3, and then I add a little arrow underneath that butterfly. And I just really enjoy the way that this turned out. But I am considering adding a little something something down in the bottom left corner. So I get these down, and I don't know if I need Nuvo for these. This is my first, I think this is the first time I've really worked with an Ebo bunny. I think I've had like a random sticker sheet or something that I got from, like a marketplace purchase or something. But I just put Nuvo down because it just makes me feel better. So I take this little strip of scrap and I am going to trim that out and give it a fishtail. And then I do ink that so it'll stand out because I just thought that it needed something in this bottom left corner. So I do put this little butterfly scrap down here, but I am considering pulling the paper pad out or the project pad and adding something. It's going to be after the cameras are rolling, but if you check out my Instagram, then you will see anything I may or may not add. I mean, I like the way that it looks, but as I go back and do these voiceovers, I realize, oh yeah, I have that. Oh yeah, I had that. Ay. So anyway, here is that pin again. I just thought it was so cute, and it says Daisy Beatrice Clouds. Uploaded, well, you can see it right there. So like I said, I literally went on Pinterest and typed in something like clouds layout or something like that, and a few things came up that I liked, but this is the one I really enjoyed, the different types, and I love the way that drawn one almost doesn't really bleed. Well, I guess kind of, like right there, kind of bleeds a little bit into the texture paste, and you can see it through where the texture paste is. I think it's really cool looking. So there it is. I hope you'll go below and follow along with all the people who probably put theirs up on time. And I hope you'll come back and see me again for another one tomorrow. Have a great day, and I am happy scrapping.